This is supposed to be the buy area, and I didn't even enter a trade. This would have been. I just entered right there, risking 30 points. We'd be up over 100 points right now. So now we just have to wait. So, yeah, that's a pretty big. This is on the 15. That's on the 5. That's actually we have a breakout, but we don't have a retest yet. Let me just double check here. And put the midpoint. No, we don't want the midpoint. Show potential breakout retest. So yeah, breakout, wait for retest. Yeah, we don't have a retest yet. That's a 5-minute orb. This is a 15. And then for the IB, I guess the low bit's put in before the high. If we close the orb, it might be on Asia. Oh, it's on Globex. New York. Yeah, so that's the low, that's the high. Okay, so IB low has been put in before the high. Okay, so that's obviously a good thing. Wait, is Intel up or something? What's going on? Dell. No, Intel's not up. Okay. Oh shit, what up? Morning. Yeah, I'm just waiting. I was just checking the IB trade, but the orb's gonna be the first one, so this is the 15-minute orb, and then I put the 5-minute orb on this one, but we haven't got a retest on any of them. So kind of just waiting. We're ripping right now too. This is crazy. If I had woken up earlier, I would be in a position right now. Like it came down right to my area, which is this area here. Rejection. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. This entire area, this area, and then this area. As you can see, that old resistance became new support, and for that reason I should have entered immediately long. Oh shit. Just like that, we should have entered long. This is entire, what is that, like this is almost 200 points? Yeah, 200, yeah, basically 200 points. 200 point rally already, god damn it. We'll wait for the orb, you know, obviously we have a breakout here. This is the 15. Let's check to see what news we have for today. Thursday, yeah. We have business inventories at 7, and then we have some speakers at 7:15, and that's pretty much it. So nothing super important. Okay, so we have a breakout, and let's take a look at the metals. Silver's dumping. Oh, I forgot to add these levels here. Damn, I'm not gonna lie. What time did this thing drop? It came in between 6:05 to 6:30. Damn it! I got to my desk around 6:30. That would have been the trade. It would have been done already if I took that from right here. A 200-point trade. That's crazy. I mean, I would have been out for 100 points, but. Okay, there's VWAP's not even on this thing, is it? Okay, there we go. Where's VWAP right here? If we can get a pullback even to VWAP, you know, might be worth taking. Here's the 50. Shading box color. Label background. Yeah, I'm watching the 1 minute right here as well. And okay, hold on, let me switch this back to the 15-minute orb. Okay, there's a 15-minute orb right here. Yeah, we're getting a pullback on the 15. Alright, wait for retest. Okay, dude. Oh, what the hell is that? Okay. We are almost ripping. Dude, what a very big move so far. Okay, what if we take, let's say, there's no pullback here. Well, technically, no, the retest didn't happen because you didn't really get it to like a real retest, but this thing looks like it's going, so like it is probably going to go higher. If you want to take a trade, you can. I'm not going to enter because I don't want to chase, but like you would do something like this if you really wanted to, but to stop that, like you would have to risk like 40 points, and if you got like 40 points with 2 micros, let's see what that is. That's $163, but you're risking 186, so that doesn't really make any sense, right? You kind of want to see like a deeper pullback so that you're able to take like a proper trade, like let's say down over here. After it comes back down and starts to go back up, then you can enter a trade like this. Set your stop a bit tighter. Set this up right here to catch like 80 points. That makes a bit more sense. And then with like 2 micro, actually you can't even do 2, well, I think you can because you have $300 left. Okay, so now this is where we have, it starts to get interesting, right? But then again, it's like, in order for you to like take a really good trade, okay, well, let me see the IV real quick. IV 75. Let's see, take 5 cons. Like the stop needs to be so big on this that it needs to make sense. Hedge full?
Beautiful. So we might be live trading some futures on Webull next week. We'll see.
Okay. Let's see what's happening here. Watch the 5 real quick. Honestly, I might be even more interested if in taking this trade up here, because to take this trade down over here, we have to basically we have to sit through this trade without knowing if it's going to dump further. But if price continues to go higher, then we know it's going to break out. I'd rather take this. Like, I'd rather take out the breakout trade and catch at least 50 points. Let's say 50. At least 50. Right? And then let's say risking 250 to make 420, but I might just increase it to like 5 cons. Yeah, 5. Should be 5. So I'd rather take that one, so I'll wait here. Let's take a look at what's happening with the...
Why not run the algo on Webull? Yeah, I'm gonna get it set up on Webull kind of. That's what I was just saying. If that wasn't...
here we go. This is already such a big move that honestly, looking at this chart,
I put $3,000 into a Webull broker.
I would expect price to even pull back a lot deeper than that, to be honest, because we're basically in a range. So I don't even like the 200 point range. I'm looking at this. It makes me not even want to take any kind of pullback trade, because there's pretty high likelihood that price comes back all the way down and reverses this entire move. It's almost like I'd rather just take the breakout. But we are getting a retest of this orb, so let's see if it comes down to this orb and then starts to break out again, then I'll take a long. We also have a sell signal here on the algo, so price is reversing right now. It almost makes more sense to take a short position, but I'm just going to wait it out.
The shares could... you could, but since you have the shares, it's going to cancel out. The riskiest one that you can do, as long as you're not selling it naked, so if you don't have shares, you're selling naked covered calls, your risk is infinite. So if you did, that's why GameStop went up so much, because people were selling naked covered calls, or they were short selling it. It's one and the same.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of pissed that I already missed, like, this was the trade that I wanted to take. I should have woke up a bit earlier. Resistance, support, and then literally just take along this level. Would have had 200 points.
I'm going to run the algo on a cash account, because there's no rules on the cash account. Prop firms have rules against algo trading. So just look at what prop firms allow algo trading. Actually, what prop firms.
Okay, the question is, did we break through yesterday's previous high? We technically, no, we did not. Yesterday's high was this. Oh, we did break yesterday's previous high. Okay, so breaking yesterday's previous high, there's about 66% chance the market closes green today, based on Nasdaq's performance over the last 6 months. IB put in a low before put in a high, so that's also another like 78% chance we close green. And if the 1030 price or 730 price is higher than the opening price, that's another bullish sign as well. So we'll have to wait for that. We got 2 things so far. Price comes down right down to this VWAP. What if we take a trade here? Let's see. How much are we risking? I don't know. We'll have to wait it. I'd rather just take this breakout. So I'm a lot more confident on that. So we'll wait.
He doesn't want to abide by the rules that prop firms have. So in a live broker account, there's no consistency. You can why with this firm am I going to lose these profits because I was taking it with an algo? Was the trade too short? Was the trade too long? Can I hold the trade overnight? Do I have to close it right at 4:15? So all the rules that you have in a prop firm, you're better off just using the algorithm on your own account. So get a
You are bouncing from VWAP here.
that payout into your own broker and put the algo. Pops that used to
Damn, silver's still falling? Hold on, dude.
start making
I'm gonna have to jump in a silver trade here. Why is the volume so low?
and now they no longer allow it.
The hell? Nobody's trading silver, dude? Dude, there's nobody. Okay, hold on. What the fuck? Hold on. What's the
Rejected pretty heavily off of 7,500 it looks like. So
what's the front one for silver?
It's not that over rejection push down.
SLN? No way, dude. What the frick?
We have 32 minutes that this can go and take a new low. What I'm personally anticipating today.
Bro, how are you supposed to trade this when there's no fucking volume?
Last Thursday, May 7th. I think that we will get the break of the IB maybe to the upside. If not, then we'll completely switch our bias. This is just a long game. Trying to go long right now. We're below 50% of the IB. We're at 50% of the IB. We just hit a pretty significant psych level on MES. 7,500. MNQ rejected at
This is why like context is important, right? Like if we were just to take whatever like pullback that we saw, right, you'd have been absolutely screwed. But there's context, which is that we just rallied 200 points and we're in a range, and we've been in a range market, and for that reason, like we already know that price is most likely going to reverse. We've now reversed about 50% of this move. Yeah, about 50% of the move that we just rallied. We would have got screwed if you had went long, and I kind of knew that was already going to happen, so I wanted just to wait. Dude, how is silver? Wait, hold on.
They want you to blow your accounts. They want you to gamble and you trade for them your accounts. That's why.
Damn, that's crazy. You can't even trade silver. There's no like the candles. There's not even any candles on here.
99.3.
What the fuck is this?
From Lucid.
84, 100. Let me see what's going on here.
Blow their account.
84, 690, 665.
If you have 100,000 traders trading on Lucid, 99,300 of those traders are unprofitable or lose money to the profit. 700 of those traders make money.
Okay, so if we start to move back up here, then I could be a little bit more confident on the breakout, but
Very small sample size. Very few people make money from profit. I just made 175, 9 accounting, optimizing the 5-minute order algo. Very nice.
okay, I'm watching silver on Tradevate, but this chart's not even moving. I don't understand what's going on. Maybe there's an error or something. That is a very strong 5-minute candle. Okay, let's see if we can get a breakout here.
Hurry back up. This is giving me actually the same eerie feeling as Monday this week. I got burnt on Monday.
Whoa, look at that.
Bias was set short,
Whoa.
not set short.
Buyer came out of nowhere at on ES 74.87.
16 seconds.
If we clear this, what is this? 74.96, 97 level. I might just go long, but we'll see.
So I entered at 10:27. 10:26. I was in the trade.
Some guy just stepped in again, right in front of ES. 74.97.50, 149 contracts.
And those 700 still get banned. Those 700 get moved live.
Dude, I don't know what's going on, but the chart on silver on this stupid thing is not even moving.
I've taken more money from this than I've spent. Same with Tradeify.
Oh, I'm tripping, dude. That's why. This thing's not even on the right fucking thing. Oh my god, I'm tripping. Damn, okay, whatever. Whatever.
I cannot fathom why I can't trade with them.
Oh, Loki was tripping right there. Okay.
Accounts. I don't know why, but that's the only firm I'm net negative with. Apex, my ROI is 1,000%. I spent 3,000, I took 30,000 out. Top Step, my ROI is about 400%. Lucid, I think it's thank you. Lucid, I think my ROI is like 1,500%.
This is kind of a weird one because it's like you can't even long it just yet. The best thing to do is wait for an actual breakout of the high, which is this area right here where I have my entry already. So now we're just sitting here waiting for this shit.
I've been a little dry on payouts. I haven't gotten a payout for 3 weeks, but I'm building back the accounts that I lost. Creatify, I've been right on the cusp of a $7,500 payout, and I just keep unloading.
Okay, silver was just dumping and now it just stopped, so that kind of sucks.
But also, analyzing the algo.
Because I just missed that.
This is in my defense. Analyzing the algo, we can see that the past 2 months have been really bad for it. It's been a drawdown even for the mechanical approach, which really since the second week of March, it's
What are you supposed to do here, bro? Just really just wait, be patient.
the second week of March is where I
Let's
started,
put on some TV.
but I've easily capitalized these first 2 months of the year.
And let's also do what we're supposed to do, which is
47%,
put this out.
3,739, which is what I capitalized on. That's when I got the Apex payout. Same with the beginning of the year, $1,000 just trading 2 micros. I did that over 30 different accounts, and they were all lined up for payouts at the same time. That's why I got so many payouts racked up back to back. And then the high just hasn't really been working that well for the past 2 months. The important note is you can see that the growth curve is green. Deep green. So if you copy trade this over 10 accounts, this is $110,000 a year. If you copy trade it over, which is exactly what I did, I was copy trading 30 accounts from January to February. Really, January is the second week of March, so I made $97,000. 101 now with that Lucid bonus. Wasn't really a payout from Lucid, it was a $4,000 bonus.
Honestly, I'm just gonna lean towards the long side because we are at all-time highs.
3 months of the year, and then essentially nothing.
So the moment we start to see some strength and breakout, I'm gonna go long. Look at gold; it's doing absolutely nothing. What a shit show on gold.
Which options you say have no risk? Every trading strategy has a risk. My financial futures is my Achilles heel. It is mine as well. I cannot for the life of me pass. Well, I can pass the 50K pros. I haven't used the flex account. I only tried the rapid the builder. So it's fine.
Damn, I was supposed to wake up early, bro. Literally would be done trading already, bro. So now I'm sitting here fucking waiting for a goddamn setup.
This isn't a bad place to be ever. 30 accounts with Yagos? No, 30 accounts with my own trader. So I had 20 Apex accounts. I had 5 Lucid. The
Cisco hit all-time highs. Tech winners. Apple closed out 1.8%.
So in total, including these Lucid Max accounts that I'm on, I had 15%.
Should we go short? I'm not really interested in scalp, but we could possibly go short, make money on the downside here. Take a quick little scalp, but oh wait.
Total rebought. A little too early for me to go on right now. I spent in total like 12,000
That makes a lot more sense.
Apex you full forward and fast. No, I traded Apex. It took me a month to pass the accounts. I started them. It took me like 3 weeks to pass the accounts, but it was only 1,500 profit target. It wasn't bad. I had 20 of the 25Ks. I got 82 points on that move up with 5 to worth optimized. My emotions could have lost about halfway. So it makes sense why Alex is waiting for some firms. Exactly. Do you full forward evals? The honest answer, I somewhat do. I size up a lot more on evals now. The only reason I do, this isn't something that I advocate whatsoever, but the only reason that I size up enough evals now is because I have the capital to use. So it has somewhat turned into an ROI game for me. I know I made fun of Ryan Snow for that a while back, but I'm also not spending $110,000 a month on churning evals.
Let me get a quad real
I
quick.
do size up. If I usually trade like 4 micros, 2 micros, I'll trade 3 or 4.
We found this. Let's see what's going on here.
I did not size up that shit yesterday. I did size up a lot yesterday.
This is a. I'm not sure if you're watching the charts, Sarah, but this is a really good example of what I said. Like I don't know when I said this, but I remember telling you how like the very first move that you get is usually the best move, right? And this is like a perfect example of that, because the first move was a 200-point move, and the first move is usually always the best, and sometimes you get a second move, which is like a full reversal. In this case, it's only half, right? But sometimes it'd be like a full reversal, and then boom, that's your top 2 moves. Like, to sit at the desk any longer than that, like, you're kind of retarded. But right now, like, the market's not really doing shit because it's not even going down halfway, which means that it probably will end up going higher. But I think I'll be interested in taking the breakout, because we might end up, like, the last couple of days we've been getting like a breakout like in the app, like midday. Like you can see here, this started at 10, and then we had another breakout start at 7. It just grinded all the way higher and continued. So we might have one of those days where, you know, it does go down and probably goes back up, but yeah, I know, like the orb, it's like you're sitting here and like if you took the orb like even any long here, you would have got screwed. And now it's like just coming all the way down. Like the orb's pretty much messed up for today, but then you still have the 730 like IB trade, which I don't know if you technically, like, it should work, because the two things that we care about with this IB trade, this for the 731, is the opening price or the low needs to be put in before the high, which it did. We need to be above pre-market high, which is also our previous day high, which we were technically, but I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see on this one. It's still forming. I don't want to take, like, me personally, I'm not taking any, like, I won't be taking any trade in the middle here. Like, if price comes back down to this area here, I'm more interested in long. And if price breaks out here, I'm interested in the long. And that's pretty much it, to be honest. In my old days, I'd be interested in a short, and I'd be trying to short this middle. But you can already see, like, how long it's taking. Like, I remember in my old days, I probably would be short, like, right here. And I was up, like, 40 points. But then, like, it's coming back up now, so, like, taking these trades in the middle of the range it's kind of retarded. Cause you kind of just have to wait for a side to be broken. But there could be an IB trade setting up, so I'm gonna sit here and, you know, see what we get. Well, what we should have did, like, honestly, like, this is why, like, waking up early is so important, because, like, this you would even today, like, if you woke up early enough, you wouldn't even need to take the orb trade or anything, because this is already a good enough reason to go long. You have resistance here, then support. This is the oldest. Like, this is literally technical analysis 101. It's like old resistance becomes new support. So resistance for the last 2 days, and then boom, breakout becomes new support. Price comes down right at the open and uses this area of support right from 6 a.m. to 6:30. Like, if I was up early enough, I would have just went long like this, risking this much, and I would have walked away and been done in the first like 10 minutes of the day. But I did not wake up early enough for me to take that trade. So yeah, like, well, like the break and retest is literally like, I don't know if you learned that, but that's literally like technical analysis 101. Like, the first thing you learn in technical analysis is support and resistance, and then the second thing after support and resistance is that the rule is that, like, old resistance will become new support, and like old support becomes new resistance. So for example, in this case here, you can see that there's a support right here, right? So support, and then there's a resistance, okay? And if we're gonna break out to the upside, right, this resistance will become a support. If we break out into the downside, this support will become resistance, and you can see that here. So here's the range: support, resistance. Price breaks lower, and then uses this old support as a resistance here. Now you can see that, right? And we use that resistance area for the next day. So even waking up early the next day too, we should have just went short from here, because this was the old support. Now it's acting like a resistance where price cannot get above. And then you can take the same rule going into today, where it's like old resistance, which is resistance here becomes new support here, and then new support again here, and you would have just went long right at the open, like right as soon as the market opened, and you would have made money right out the gate, and you would have been good. This is why, like, I know, like, waking up is like early is like actually so important, because now I'm sitting here and I'm like, bruh, this is kind of bullshit. But Nebius is ripping right now. What's going on? Is it 7% today? Oh my days. That is wild. A lot of chop here. I think the only long I'd be interested in, like I mentioned, is if we end up breaking out from the top. Just go long immediately. I mean, we definitely could be like, wait, are you saying, like, are we gonna look at the markets for Asia session? Is that what you're asking me? Or are you just asking about resistance in general? I don't know what emoji that is for some. Oh, about resistance for the 6 a.m. trade. Yeah, so the 6 a.m. trade, like, this is just like a support and resistance trade, so it doesn't really matter about what session it is in. Like what we're seeing here is there's a support here, there's a resistance here, so this is a range, right? And then price breaks that support, uses it as a resistance, which is kind of the rule. But then going into today, if you were going to take a trade at 6 a.m. or 6:30, you were going to take it just because of this, because this was a resistance here for, what day is this? Monday. Resistance for Wednesday here, and then it broke out, used it as support. So that's bullish. It came back down and then bounced. So the support and resistance or supply and demand doesn't really matter what session it is in. It's just like, it's the same thing for over here. Like you can take a look at this as well. Like this day was Wednesday, May 6th, and this is Thursday, May 7th. You can see here that there is old resistance is another perfect example. See, this is a resistance, becomes new support over here, becomes new support over here, right? You can literally just take a trade for that reason, right? Old resistance, new support, new support. You can just be longing every single section here, and you would have made money every single time that you longed, right? So this is like a support and resistance, not supply and demand type of trade. Market's ripping right now too, by the way. Okay, just trying to get back up here. That's good. Does that make sense, by the way? Yeah, so like if you like, you can watch a video on it later, but it's literally very simple, and it's the first thing you learn with technical analysis, like support and resistance, and then but with an indicator. You can create an indicator for that. Yeah, there's already a bunch, but you can create one yourself too, like support and resistance levels or breakouts. Yeah, this is why, like, I don't know if you have lines on your chart, but this is why, like, you keep lines on your chart, because it just makes it a lot easier. Like, if I didn't have these lines, I wouldn't have known that there was, like, a break and retest. You know, and technically this is a break and retest as well. You got a breakout, retest, rip back, right back higher. But yeah, you see that all throughout, like, no matter where you're looking. Like, here's another example. This was Tuesday, May 5th, and this is Wednesday, May 6th. And what you see here is resistance. Okay, it breaks out and uses this old resistance as new support. You can find that every single time. Right, so that's kind of the way the market moves. Right, and you can buy and sell based on that. That's why we draw these lines, right? Because you would have done this on this day. All you would have to do is just this. Old resistance, new support, price comes back down, you take the long. Simple like that. And now market's trying to make its way back up. So we'll see what's happening here.
So you have to make sure that it gives you a good mental fatigue as well. If I go and look at this chart and I say, oh, I could have made 600 if I had taken longs in this candle. I would have lost 400 if I had taken longs in this candle. I would have made 400 if I had taken.
Okay, since the orb is kind of over with, let's do this.
Lost 200 if I had taken shorts here.
They came down to this 50, and then yeah, okay, well.
You cannot go and pick and choose which days you're going to be long, short, best trader alive. Hindsight traders never lose. There's not a single hindsight trader out there. Everyone is going to have mental fatigue. They're going to look at a chart like this and say, oh man, I just done long. It is what it is. That's how trading is. But on the same note,
Okay, so
if the IV was signaling
today is gonna have to be like really patient because I think
at 10:15 I lost.
the only way I'm gonna be interested in a trade is if we see a
Why I
breakout.
have the 10:23 10
I want to see liquidity above us as well.
And I know a lot of you are probably like, well, this guy doesn't take trades on stream. He made all his profit after he got off stream yesterday. I very clearly stated why the bias was to the upside in the 7:58, and that's just unfortunate that I
Bro,
can't
I
do
was
that.
tripping looking at the wrong silver chart for like 10 minutes while I was trying to figure this shit out. And I was like, yo, I just missed out on the fucking bag. Like, what the hell?
ES is finally catching back up to where NQ
Look
is.
at gold keeps touching this
NQ
and
has
keeps
been
ripping.
the stronger asset for months.
$300, damn it.
Yesterday,
Check the
it was
orb.
signaling a downside play for the IB.
Yeah, I got the orb right here.
Longs. We had a really nice short entry on Tuesday. Tuesday was ideal actually. Tuesday we went short at 10.
What are you thinking about? You're trying to take a long here?
And then got full TP'd at 7:05. That was with Dan on stream. Wasn't he with the trade? And then Monday I took a loss because I front ran too early. I mean, algo that trades your IB50 same rule. It's in live. Once it's bad, you know why that
I'm gonna take a long if we end up breaking 676.
So yesterday was
Because that, at least then that will tell me that the market's actually moving higher. Well, the thing is, like, the orb trade already, like, it already failed, right? The orb trade, the way it's supposed to work is that you get a breakout, like, within the first 15 minutes, and then it bounces. But when you get a move like this, where a price just comes down and completely fails, I mean, if you want, you can take a long, but, like, I would never do that, because it's, like, the orb trade already failed today, right? So you have to look for, like, a different trade. You have this trade, like, the IB trade, which you can take a look at, but that doesn't make any sense, because it's, like, we chopped around this 50. Like, this is such a mad, like, this is 40 points, dude. That's crazy. Like, okay, so the reason why I'm saying, like, I'd be interested if it breaks 676, this purple line, is because if it breaks out and retests that 7676 level or whatever this is right here, that's going to tell me that, okay, the direction for the overall day is going to move higher. But as long as we stay in this range that we're in right now and we don't break out, the probability of us just, like, going up and down and just chopping in this range, it's super high. So I don't want to get chopped up. So if you try to take a long right here, you would have got screwed. And if you take a look at this side, like, ES, like, side chart, I don't know if you can see where my mouse is right now, but the bookmaps chart, and this is ES, there's orders at 75.10, and we just got rejected right there. So I wouldn't have taken the trade because I know that we have orders right there, so that's why we got rejected. But if we break this 75.10, which is this level right here, and then it continues going higher, which means that we get a breakout of this 29,676 level, and if we get something like this where price, like, breaks out, comes back down, and then tries to start to rip again, I would be interested in the trade, and I would hold that trade for a while, because this would tell me that market's moving up. And I'd hold it for like 60, 70 points. Alright. But as long as we're in this range, shit is not, I'll show you that. Shit is not going wrong. Also, like, whenever I know that I missed, like, a really good trade, I'll also be, like, even more, like, restrained and hesitant to because I already know, like, I missed a really good trade this morning. Like, the trade I should have taken. And now we're just left with this garbage, but I'm going to stay a bit longer today, or I might just set alerts on, because I want to make sure that if we end up breaking out or like running up, like, midday, like what we did this day, like, this is yesterday, and yesterday, what, we were in a range to, well, not really, I mean, technically we were in a range, we were, like, this was a low right here, so this was a low, this was a high, price came back down. And I should have taken the long here too yesterday, just based off this, but I wasn't even looking at it. Alright, all we want to see is just a breakout to the upside, that's it. I'm gonna remove this orb, and then even this IB trade is not looking good. Gold's not doing nothing right now, and then silver's not doing nothing. That's crazy too, because we already like rejected. We didn't even end up going to the 676. If we went up to the 676 level, I might have taken a short. It's because I knew that ES had orders there and I knew it was gonna reverse, but we didn't even go all the way up there and just gave like this nasty candle. Yo, I'm low-key kind of pissed I missed out on silver, bro. And why am I even putting this line here? Or whatever, we'll just keep it. Resistance, resistance. Here's another example too. Look at the silver chart right here, of what I was just explaining. Like the old, so this is resistance right here, right? Resistance, failed breakout, resistance, failed breakout. It broke out, came back, used this old resistance level as a support, but then when it broke lower, that old support now becomes new resistance. Right? This is like technical analysis 101. And you can literally take trades just based off that. Right. It did break out, used it as support, and then immediately failed, and then that old resistance becomes resistance again. I don't know what I'd do here on silver. The long would have been immediately from here when it's already up, so it's like to take a long from here kind of doesn't make sense. Bro, I'm supposed to make. Oh my god, I need to make at least $600 today. Like I was aiming to make $600. I kind of need to make $600 today. But today's Thursday. If I don't make 600 today, that means I have to make like, I don't know, like close to $2,000 tomorrow. Maybe. Let me just do the math real quick. Cause if I go into next week with my account sitting at 2,000, that means I have to make another. Yeah, that means that, yeah, okay, so technically I don't have to make 2,000 tomorrow. I just have to make $600 within today or tomorrow, and then I'll go into next week with my account sitting at 2,000 each, and then I just have to make 2,000 divided by 10. Or I'm sorry, 6,000. Yeah, so if I finish this week with my accounts at 2,000, then I gotta do 6K divided by 10. Okay, yeah. So I just have to make at least like $600 between today or tomorrow. Go into next week with my accounts at 2,000. Then make $600 a day for the next 2 weeks, and then I will pay myself 10 grand. So roughly 10 grand, maybe more, but we'll see.
For ES to move up equal to what SPY is doing, SPY needs to now move up 8 cents, 8 to 10 cents. So every 8 cents that SPY moves up is a tick on ES. If we're watching ES right now, we can see that it's only moving one.
Bitcoin's barely moving, the VIX is barely moving, and the dollar's barely moving. The dollar's moving up actually. And you take a look at the overall market. Pretty choppy, dude. We're not even getting that many good headlines coming out of China right now. What the hell's going on? I thought we were gonna get a lot more, but.
They're the same asset, by the way. For ES to move up or down, SPY needs to move 8 cents.
And since we're in chop right now, I don't even think this IB trade even makes fucking sense, to be honest. I'm not taking no fucking trade in the middle here. So, I'm just gonna sit. There technically was like a VWAP trade here, but I was like, I don't want to take a VWAP trade. But you could have. But I was just like, I hate taking a trade in the middle. You never really want to take a trade like in between a swing high and swing low. For example, like this is the swing low, this is the swing high, right? As long as we remain in this zone, the market's not going up or down. It's just range, and it's just chop, and you're gonna lose your money most likely, unless you're like a scalper and you're getting in and out like within a minute or so. And I'm not really trading that way right now. Let me take a look at what happened overnight so I can figure out. Today's defined by Trump summit plus CSCO surge, new Fed chair, tech roars on. U.S. stock futures trended higher early Thursday, driven by a powerful tech rally. Previous session lifted to both S&P 500 and Nasdaq fresh record highs. Investors are digesting potential new U.S. and China tech restrictions and new era Federal Reserve. The Senate confirmed. Yeah, that's it. Like that's nothing real came out of China just yet, and that's why the market's not moving. But I'm gonna keep my eye out like today. Like I don't know how long I'll sit here for. Maybe till at least 8. Another 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna set alerts at certain price levels so I can see what's happening. Damn, bro. I'm actually hella like, bro. That's actually a bit of a piss off. I'm not gonna lie. I literally told myself too yesterday before I went to sleep that I'm gonna wake up early, and I didn't. But I think I did go to sleep pretty late last night, so. If we had some decent news out of China, this is a 4-hour resistance too. I should probably let me just draw this real quick. Let me see if I can. I think I already have a line here, right? Oh, I do. Yeah, I already did. Okay, never mind. It's the same thing. 15-minute, 5-minute. Okay, honestly, I just did the math and I'm not really tripping. As long as I know tomorrow, if I don't make $600 tomorrow, I know I can make 600. Or if I don't make 600 today, I can make $600 tomorrow. Then I'll go into the week with where my account's at right now. Let's do the math. 14. Okay, well, yeah, basically the accounts will be sitting at $2,000 going into next week, and then from there, just make $600 a day, and we're chilling. Then we can pay ourselves. Show balance. Yeah, technically I'm still in the green right now. Can we go to apex.com real quick? We can just literally sit here and watch this one chart. We don't even have to watch multiple charts, but. Let me log into my Apex accounts. What is this guy saying? Oh shit, I forgot to write that down. That's important.
You can go on the YouTube stream and rewind a little bit. take it is because for every 8 cents that SPY moves up, ES has to move up 1 tick. So if SPY moves up 7 cents and it goes and takes a level, ES will not move up that tick and it won't go and take that level.
Oh, he entered at the 50? No way, dude. That's crazy. I didn't even see that. Should put an alert up here just so I in case I'm not looking at the screen.
Broke the IBI.
Look at ES going right at that 74, 75 at 09. Sick. Okay.
IB25 is goated, but I did not get it. It was a little too small for me. I wanted the IB25 entry. So that's the 25% we would have been in at 626, out at 686. So 60 points, $120 risk reward. So UMNQ would have been the ideal entry. The IB25 trade is extremely scary, especially because it's negative risk reward. I've taken it very few times, but even the times that I have, it usually pulls back to like 40% of the
You could be a forest trader. That's funny as
Very
fuck.
rarely does it go and immediately hit TP.
Okay, let's just see where this thing goes. We're now reapproaching this level. We got rejected about 3 times now. Let's see if the market's actually going to break out or not. This guy entered. That's so crazy. Okay, I got the alert. Thank you very much.
And full TP hit on NQ.
Wow, good job, dude. I can't believe he took that.
IB remains goated. 25 was goated for today. No entry on the 57. Still very good.
Okay, this is an interesting level. I have to decide if I want to take a short or a long, but
Using EMA.
because we are in a bull market and we're at all-time highs, I'm going to say that longs are only in play right now.
Too many lines for me to reaction on.
It was crazy that you could have even done this, dude. You could have put a support zone, but on the 1 minute, there's no support. The 5 minute, there kind of was.
Explanation for it. Didn't pull back.
But, yeah, I don't know. That was kind of... Now I'm just making up shit. What I like to see is a break and retest of this high, and then I could consider taking a trade. If not, tomorrow I gotta wake up, literally be at my desk at like 5:30.
Just
An hour earlier. I just have to make 600, bro. Go into next week with 2K. That's all I care about.
Back to IB25 and the range is big is fine, but we were chopping around. Yeah, this was too small a range.
That's only 68 points, yeah.
The one that I did take the entry on was on Friday.
Can we get a breakout? Can we get a breakout?
Today and last Friday. So I took the IB25 entry at 7:04, and it was an 80-point move. So copy. I'll actually just drag that over it and copy and paste it. This is Friday's range in comparison to today's range. That's why I took the.
Oh shit! Hold on. Be right back. Be right back. Be right back. Be right back.
You can see the difference between the range. It's a lot less likely. So the IB25 on Friday, the entry was essentially at the high that we're making right now. Whereas the 25% today was only at the midpoint of Friday's range. So I guess in essence it would have been the same risk reward of your trade. $100 is probably the same as like 70 nowadays, maybe 50. And this isn't much relation, but there's a lot of different variables to it. Zins is the one that I remember the most from college. I never used Zins. I just remember all my friends buying them, and they used to be like $2. If anyone in chat remembers, like 4 years ago, Zins used to be $2 a case, and they are now. I see them in the windows when I go to gas stations. They're like 14, 10 to 14, depending. Maybe it's just in my region, but. Yeah, and they used to be dirt cheap. Yeah, there is a chat room tour. I'm reading them in here. I didn't see your. I was front running the IB, yes. My entry was, my order was set at 10:27, but we just didn't get pulled back. I bet you though, if I go and ask my name, I bet he's probably already going to. Yeah, there he is. Don't even need to look him up. I bet you he's already going to post something on that trade. Well, I can always guarantee he entered at 25%. Because that was a really nice looking one today. Not within my parameters. It was basically a trend pullback on Friday. Today I was sitting around on a double top, but yeah. I love trading with prop firms that let you risk the whole account. I don't really like daily losses that much either. Another reason I like the 25K Pro so much. The 25K growth on Tradeify has a $600 daily loss limit, which limits your risk significantly. I am new to Hedgeful. Yeah, I've lost more than that single day. But it also just grows with the account size. No, I wouldn't be too worried. I'm new to Edgeful. Can you maybe explain how you start your day? One report looks nice. Which report you choose to back up? So the 4 reports that I use every day, I use inside bars, outside days, gap fill by size, and the initial bounce by rejection. Those are the 4 that I go through. Inside bars, you're either inside previous day's range or outside previous day's range. Abhishek said, like you said, the IB25 unit retraces, but usually, yeah, most of the time that I get in at the 25, last Friday was a fluke for me. Most of the time I get it at 25% of the IB, it will retrace to 40%, maybe, and 50%. And I'll miss my optimal entry. What we can do is we can go and validate this on the algo optimizer. Again, so we can go and analyze the IB strategy. We don't need to have a break-even stop.
We break out yet? 5
minutes. Profit factor, we'll look for 1.3. Minimum trades, we'll look for 30. IB duration, 60 minutes. Entry cutoff.
Okay, we have a breakout.
The entry cutoff be at 11 o'clock. Because that's another rule that I have.
mean, if you look at ES, it's kind of like it kind of was just grinding higher.
I'm gonna play around with this a lot more today too. I used it a lot yesterday night. Gold is also a long bias. If you want to take a trade on that, I don't really like trading gold during New York.
What are you, nuts, dude? Who's taking a long on gold? This guy's crazy.
Would also be a long bias. Did anyone happen to take those shorts I mentioned yesterday on crude? It happened to be high day. We had that double brick. It was beautiful. Crude on a Thursday.
I mean, ES kind of was above VWAP this entire time, so I mean that was kind of bullish. Maybe we should be watching ES and this together, but like it's so different.
Dan, I was just talking about that. Did you get the
like ES looks super bullish today because we're just like range, but like kind of curling higher, and we're on VWAP. And then like NQ was just freaking ripped at open, and then like a 50% drop. And it dipped below VWAP pretty, like that's like 50. Oh, what the hell? I don't know when I went on mute. But I just got back to my desk like a minute or so ago. I was upstairs. Okay, give me a sec here. You sent me a video? Okay. I was just upstairs, but... Okay. What does he talk about in that video? It's like it's just a simple strategy or something? Nevius. Anything down on the day? Nothing significantly down on the day. Nothing is super duper up. We have Take Two. I think they just reported earnings. Celsius at 6%. Space Mobile at 5% after being down 10%. I'm gonna take a look at that real quick. Let's take a look at Space Mobile, Space Stocks. Wow, these things like up 10%, down 10%, up 14%, up 9%. Like, where is this thing even freaking moving? We're kind of like dojing around. And then Rocket Lab, obviously this thing's gone. This thing's been gone. Oh, trade on market. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. Let me see here. Yeah, Rocket Lab's freaking gone already, dude. This thing's insane. I change these to purple. Okay, hold on, let me just go back here. Okay. Dun, dun, market open. Yeah, there's so many different strats. I used to trade market open all the time. I used to trade that way. Let's go on YouTube. Actually, oh, I forgot I was gonna log into Apex. But let me just go to Okay, should we put on the IB real quick and just see what it looks like right now with this IB high? Okay. What time is it? 7:54. It's about 11. Yikes. I guess I can go into tomorrow with like. Well, actually, if I make it, if I make 1,000 tomorrow, what's that gonna put me at? Where my accounts at? So can't name or. That's gonna be what, 13. Okay, well, but the rest of these will be up like. Yeah, we kind of have to wake up earlier. That's like not even a joke, because literally we would have made money off the first 10 minutes of the market being open if we woke up early enough. I would have literally just took this trade right here. It's so simple. Like, it doesn't get any more simpler than that. But I'm even like now contemplating like, even if I want to take a trade, because I just did the math and like all I have to do is just make $600 at least tomorrow, and then do around like $600 every day for the next week, roughly. And then at least I'll pay myself like 10 grand this month, or like 15,000 or whatever it is, whatever the conversion is. So I don't know if I'm gonna take one or not. See, the thing is, right? Like another thing I talk about a lot, Sarai, is like the closer we get. I think I've said this like hundreds of times, but the closer we get to like 11, like the lower probability it gets, and like you're just like it's becoming less and less of a chance of you actually like making money off like a really good trade, right? You have to be like really quick and with your scalps if you're gonna be taking trades around this hour, because you see how fast this move happened, right? Like 5, 10, 15, 20 in the first 20 minutes, but each 5-minute candle is like 75 points, 35 points, 39 points, and the last one was, these are both 39 points. So yeah, you could have entered any one of these and been done within less than 5 minutes, right off the open. And then like you got this retracement, which was kind of like a 50% retracement, not even like a real one, but it's still 50%. And then it chopped for a bit, right? Just went sideways, and then broke out to the upside, and then continued higher. But low-key, I'm kind of cool if I don't even take a trade today, because I know I'll make, if I wake up early tomorrow, I know I'll make 600 to 1,000 tomorrow. That's of course if the market actually gives like a decent fucking day. Look, do I want to take a trade here? We have liquidity above us, so that's like a good thing. But it's like I just don't like taking trades past whatever, like 8 a.m. This is like 30 points. Let me take a look at ES real quick. I should probably put on some
Cancel entry if TP is hit first. We have that on. I have it set to cutoff time at 11, and then duration of the IB is 60 minutes. So we're only looking for an entry between 9:30 and 11. You can set.
We can even throw this on real quick too, just to see where we're at. I mean, technically this is like higher highs and higher lows.
Their IB strategy, but either way, you can see the important factor here is knowing when the IB is working.
I just don't know if I want to risk it on this.
The first percent entry is 50%. I can also set
Nothing more pisses me off than losing money at a time where I know I shouldn't be trading. That honestly ruins my day. So I would have got absolutely screwed here if I took this long. And that's what happens when you don't trade the open.
What's the first percent under profit target? 25%.
Dude, I'm surprised that we haven't got so much like headlines from like freaking China yet. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Very important. Very important. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, with scaling too, you can also use. I don't want to keep shouting this out, but I always use this
All right,
risk
well,
calculator. You can use it for any portfolio too. It doesn't just have to be futures. This is so if you have, let's say you have 5,000 in your portfolio, or yeah, 5,000.
okay, I'm gonna watch it.
15K is what
Let
you
me
have.
pull up a screen real quick.
So your risk per trade recommended on here is 600, and that means that you have to have 600 on it. You have to have 25 consecutive losses to lose the account.
Okay, what's the
So
let me
you
see.
essentially have to be just a terrible trader to have
What's it called? iPhone markets.
Or, so what the scaling factor of this is once you get up 10x that portfolio size, you don't risk the same
Open
600,
house.
you're now risking 6,000. Or once you 2x your portfolio, which is why I don't worry about the profit loss on the trades that it's all percent based, right? Once you get up to once you double your portfolio, you should now be risking 1,200 instead of 600. Not the same 600, but if you do risk the same 600, you have to lose 50 trades in a row. But your profit factor is also going to be significantly at not nearly as much as you were.
Often dictates.
So that's the scaling aspect to it.
All right, not necessarily how it ends, but how a good portion of it goes. So
Dan Cook
start
just said your risk calculator
very
will probably tell you what you don't want to know.
And
It's going to tell you
the
to
best way to start is by doing the right thing all the way through your first several trades. All right, no mistakes.
Alright guys, that will do it for the stream today.
Right off the bat.
Very productive one. We had a lot of options all this time.
The way
Maybe we have not
a
seen that
good
turn.
portion of the week goes. Now that doesn't mean
11 o'clock, we have
that you
not
can't
had
have
shorts on
an initial
Fridays.
loss on a trade. Losses are, as long as it's
What's your
smart
size?
losses,
On
good
a
losses,
50K account, you
that
never
to me
blow it.
is
So
just
that's
as sound
never
as a
blow
winning
it
trade.
ever.
You just don't have
50K
to make
account, you
great
usually have
errors to
2,000
start
drawdown.
the league.
I like to
Right
risk
now,
200.
just guys, for
Yeah, my
just
win
to
rate
make
is
it more simple, you might not be aware, we are being joined by guests today. All right, this is an official open page event. All right, so I'm going to actually add some charts here. And it's a very quick prep work. All right, so guys, why don't you let me know what you see today? We're looking for tight, primarily tight, flat, narrow states. If there are any, because there's some openings where you don't have a lot of that. Someone's telling me Intel, Netflix. Let's take a look.
Alright guys,
All right.
enjoy the rest of your day. I will see all
Netflix,
of you tomorrow.
tight, flat,
Andre
narrow.
and
This is not,
the
well,
rest,
it's sort of
have a
tight.
great rest of
I
your
admit that, but that's sharp, sloping 20 period 200 moving average. Remember, that is definitely tight as far as your moving averages are concerned. But you got that sharp, sloping 200 there. That can still work. I just want you to be aware of it. All right, all right. NVIDIA. All right, that's fair to say. Again, very sharp, sloping 200. Yes, the moving averages are relatively close together. You've got that sharp, sloping 200. It can work. I just want you to be aware of it. Remember that the creme de la creme narrow states are when everything is flat, tight together. Your stock is flat, your 20 is flat, your 200 is flat, and all together. But there are runaway markets that we just don't have that creme de la creme in great number. So we have to deal with the other versions of narrow states, which are fine as well. But just so you know how to rank them, that's the key. All right? Whether you're saying Tesla, all right? Again, very sharp sloping 200 period moving average there, but definitely the moving averages.
That's so interesting. What a creative strategy that is actually. That is actually creative as fuck. What the hell? Using a 220 on a daily. Is this a daily chart or is it two? Oh, it's a 2 minute. This guy crazy. Why on earth did you use a 220 on a 2 minute?
Together, the 220. All right. Is there any?
That's actually so funny.
Thing that you see that we have the creme de la creme flat. Everything is flat. right? This market environment is a running market environment. So the running markets will tend to have
That's so interesting how someone would even come up with that. Like, that's actually hilarious. I mean, I understand. Actually, there are some traders who use the 200 on the daily. So, like, I actually understand. But that's, like, it's low-key, like, like, excessive, but, like, it doesn't matter, because at the same time, it's, like, you can make money with so many different strats, so it really doesn't matter what the hell you're doing, right? But as long as, like, you know what the hell you're doing, like, that's the only thing that actually matters. There's people making money with freaking RSI and fucking MACD, so it's like, you can literally do anything, to be honest. That's so interesting, though, like, alright, well, I'm pretty much, I think I'm going to call it a day for now. I don't know if I'll set alerts on, because honestly, I just did the math, and to be honest, I don't even have to take a trade today. Like, I can just take one tomorrow. But, like, this move on ES, let's see, this is 41 points. And then this is, what is this? 256 points. Right, so it's like, definitely won't be taking a trade in the afternoon in this low ass market right now. But oh, you're talking about with the video. Did you hear that? I was watching the video. I don't know if you heard it, but what he was saying is so moving averages. Like, look, I have a lot of these. Let me show this. I'll show you my screen. Okay, so this is what he's talking about. These lines. Right, so I have moving averages too. Like, even this one's a 200, this one's a 50, 100, and 200. I don't typically use 200. Like, the 200 moving average, and this is why I say, like, it was creative and, like, kind of funny, because it's like the 200 moving average is mainly used on a daily chart, right? Because the significant thing about the 200-day moving average is it tells you whether a stock's in a bear market or a bull market, right? So if we're above, these are like rules that you have to learn, but if we're above the 200, then that means, like, you know, then we're not really in a bull market, but we're moving higher. And if we're below the 200, that means we're in a bear market, right? So you can see that in certain times. This is a daily chart on NASDAQ, but actually maybe let's pull up like an actual stock. Maybe like let me pull up like I think I might have the 200 here. Let's see. Do I have the 200 on? The 2050 and 200, yeah. So the red is a 200. So, like, there's a really good buying strategy when it comes to stocks, which is to buy stocks when they fall to the 200 moving average, or if they fall below. If they fall below, that means we're in a bear market, and what people do, like a strategy, is to buy good companies when they're below the 200, because you get to buy it for a discount. So, for example, if you're looking at this is NVIDIA, which is like a really good company, obviously. Or if we just do, like, let's say Meta, like Facebook, right? Because I know you know Meta. Okay. So, every time that you would have bought this stock, or let's say even Apple, right? It doesn't really matter what stock it is, but the red line is a 200 moving average. Every time the price comes down to the 200, if you buy, you pretty much have a pretty good chance of price moving higher, right? But sometimes we go in a bear market where price goes below the 200 and continues. Like, as what year was this? This is in 2025 in March. Yeah, March 2025. This is what happened in March. Oh, the tariffs. The tariffs were last year in March, right? Maybe the tariffs last year? Yeah, the tariffs, they were last year, yeah. So that's why we fell. And then, but the people, that's what people do. They buy, like, or they use it even on a weekly. Like, if you use a 200 on a weekly chart, like, you're doing a really good job. Like, even if you bought here, we would have had a huge discount. This is back in, like, 171. Price is trading at 300. If you go to Meta, let's see. Everything's a bit choppy now, but every time price comes down to the 200, right? This is 2018. Price was at 134. Went up to 200, all the way up to 368. Bear market happened in 2022 as well. But yeah, that's all it really means. Like the 200 is usually used on a daily chart or a weekly chart, and it's just really to signify whether we're in a bullish or bear market. And there's something called like like what is it? The death cross and the golden cross, right? So the golden cross. Golden cross is when the 50 moving average goes above the 200. So when the 200 was over here and price broke below, like right here would have been a death cross where the 50 moving average goes breaks below the 50. That signifies that we're in a bear market. That shit's going down. And when it breaks to the upside, like right over here, that means that we're kind of in a bull market. And it says right here, the golden cross is a technical chart pattern signaling a long-term bull market, which started like right here with this cross happened, this red and this yellow. And what happened from this red and yellow, which was around, I would say $223 to $275, if like Meta went all the way high before breaking the 50 to like $700 before like actually like falling back below. So that's kind of what people use it for, but like it's kind of interesting how some people like just even come to the conclusion of using it as day trading, which is like it's the only reason I said it's funny is because like you have to like go through so much just to be like, I'm gonna use the 200 to day trade. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't even know how to even put it into words. It's like why would you do that when there's like other better strategies, basically is what I'm trying to say. But I see what he's doing. Yeah, which makes it even like more interesting, like using a 20, like a 220. But I know some people that use the 200, so it's like at the same time, it's like there's so many different ways to make money in the market. It kind of doesn't even matter like how you make money. It just matters like if you know what you're doing. That's all that matters. And one thing you have to remember too is that like when you see somebody make thousands of dollars, like it doesn't mean that their strategy is good. It just means that they're using more money than you, right? Like even you with your account size, you can't make thousands of dollars because you only have $300. So there's actually no way for you to make thousands, right? But if you have like $5,000 or at least $5,000 in an account, whether it's a prop account or a regular account, then you can make like thousands of dollars. If you have like at least like yeah, basically like $4 to $5 grand, then you can make that. So that's also determined. A lot of new traders also do like struggle with that. Like they look at people who make thousands of dollars and they strategy hop, which is something you shouldn't be doing either, because that just makes it more difficult for you to make money. Like you have to stick to one strat for a specific amount of time. Otherwise, if you're just bouncing around, you're never really going to get anywhere. But at the same time, you are new, so it's like I see what you're trying to do. Like you're trying to like gather as much knowledge as possible or whatever. That's why like just over time you just get better and you just know a lot of things. But yeah. Like that's why like for example like if I was a new trader I probably wouldn't be trying to take it long right now, but because I already know that I can make $600 to $1,000 tomorrow, I'm not even gonna take it. And what is this? This is like 40 points. Like I'm not interested in 40 points. Market's moving super slow. It's choppy. We got a lot of resistance here on ES. I don't know if you can see this on book maps here. Like 75, 23, 25, 26 with a lot of resistance there. But I'm gonna try to wake up tomorrow around 5:30 in the morning. I'll be up at like 5:30. I have to be up at 5:30. Yeah, you need to get funded, but not even just funded. You need to get funded with 5 accounts, dude, for you to make a significant amount of money. Because even getting funded with 1 account, it's not going to really make you money. Like you'll pay yourself like $500 a week or whatever with 1 account, which is nothing. That's like $600 Canadian. You need to get 5 accounts funded, and then that will make you like $3,000 a week. Or like at least $3,000 to $9,000 a month, basically. So yeah, there is no time limit. Let me just double check, but I know there isn't no time limit on Lucid. What the fuck is this, dude? you go to, you have the flex, right? Okay, where are the rules? Hold on, let me search this up here. You have a flex account. Evaluation accounts. So one-time fee, no monthly rebilling. Take as long as you need to pass. Okay, yeah. So there's no time limit. So you're good. You're chilling. Oh, there he goes. Look at that. I just broke up all that liquidity up there. It's funny because we technically got the retest. I just didn't want to take it. And if anything, I would have took it like right over here. But this is such a retarded trade. Like, that's actually retarded. The way I think about the markets is so different from like when I like was first trading the first early couple of years. Early couple of years, I would take anything. Like, no fucking care in the world. I would literally take this trade. No thoughts. And then what you learn after like so many years is just like, I can make money tomorrow. Like, why am I gonna, like, the way I think about the markets now is like, any trade you take, you are adding risk, right? The risk of losing money. And I'm only gonna risk losing money on a trade that actually makes sense and that has a high probability of me making me money. Otherwise, I'm just like taking extra risk for no reason. So even though this trade paid out 50 points, it's actually kind of a retarded trade. Retarded trade because it's like at the time of day, plus you already missed the main move. And like, how long are you gonna sit in this trade for? That's another question too. It's like the middle of the day, bro. Like, that's crazy. I am kind of pissed off that I didn't get to trade silver though, and gold's not doing anything either. I should still set an alert for this. Let's put an alert for gold, like when price gets right here, because this seems to be a resistance. Okay, I'm setting an alert on gold. By the way, I would set a limit. I would set an alert too, because I might take a trade on gold if this hits. So if you want to take a trade on gold, I would say this is probably like a good area. I set a limit right, or an alert at 47.15.1. So all you gotta do is just like drag your thing and then click the plus sign when you get to that number. Because gold is in this range right now, so it's like, I need to know if it breaks out. I need to watch it, because if it comes up to this level up here, then I'll be interested in a short, because this is where the previous resistance is. You can see right here, up here and here. And then the support that it keeps bouncing from, as you can see, is like right here. So I put an alert for this line here, like this area. What's the alert at? 46.73. That's one alert, and then I put another alert right up here at 47.15. And then if gold touches one of those levels, I'll probably be looking to take a trade somewhere. This is the 50-minute chart, right? Yeah. Yeah, to split it, you just click this button up here. I think on the I'm not sure how much you can see on the free plan. Maybe 2 charts. So it'd probably just let you do split screen or horizontal, up and down. You probably have the option of only 2. Dude, gold, honestly, it's so shit. Like, I know I can't be mad, because obviously we made money on the way up this entire historic run, whenever the fuck this started. But this shit is like so trash. Like, we're just consolidating in between here. It's like, what the hell? I'm gonna do this. We'll put it here. Or what is that? We'll delete this one. So we're in between the swing high of 48.89 or 48.89 and 45. Swing high, swing low, and now we're just consolidating. I don't even know what the fuck's going on with gold. Even the 4 hour looks absolutely disgusting. I don't know. If it comes down to this level too, I should probably put an alert. This would be a good buy area too, right here. Okay, so we got our levels for gold. I'm going to keep that on the 15-minute chart and just let that sit there. And then silver is kind of doing the same thing. It's not really doing much. This is the 15-minute chart, right? Yeah. For the 1 hour. It's like... We could delete all this inside stuff, but I don't think it's even useful. Real quick. Yeah, I don't know. Silver's kind of in this weird ass spot right now. I'm hearing something. What am I hearing? Yeah. Alright, I'm really like wasting time sitting here, dude. I gotta go. Yeah, silver. Okay, wait, I wanna go back to the 1 hour. Yeah, it ain't doing a damn thing. Wait, where's the volume? Oh, there we go. I don't even know why I put a resistance here, but it kind of makes sense at the same time. Like, resistance, resistance, failed break. Like, damn, that's crazy. What? We got this break at what time? This was a support zone too, like technically. We bounced off this many times. This would have been the shore right here at 6:15. There was a silver short. You know, if we're able to take a good silver trade, like one good silver trade will make you $1,000. So that's why I'm watching silver too, because if I take one, I'll let you know. But because this one candle would have been $920. And then if you took the second candle as well, you would have made another 1.2k. So that's like $2,000 in this single day. I was trying to short before we got this green candle, but I was looking at the wrong chart on Trade8. But I will set an alert back at this level for silver in case it comes back down. 84,505. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, well, let me do the math real quick again. I gotta make sure I'm doing this math correct. What do I count that? They're at 1.3 to 1.7. Is it the highest? 1.9? No, that can't be the highest. Is it 1.7? 1761 plus 600. That's 23. And then, okay, so then it's like 8,000 divided by, or minus, yeah, 6,000, so 6,000 times, or divided by 10. Okay, yeah. As long as I make $600 tomorrow, then the next 2 weeks all I have to do is just make roughly around $600 a day, and then I'll pay myself 15k. Okay, I'm cool with that. I ain't gonna lie. That's cool. Alright, man, I'm finna get out of here because I'm not gonna take any more trades today, even though this one would have worked out right there. Tomorrow I'm gonna be up at like 5:30, and I will 100% take a trade tomorrow because I need to take a trade. Hopefully the price action doesn't fucking stink. But do we have any news tomorrow? Let me quickly check. Weekly, let's see. Week ahead. No, we do not. Okay, well, I'm gonna guess that Friday is gonna be a good day. Well, where's the freaking thing on that, dude? What the hell? Beijing Summit? Bro, what the freak? Hold on. Okay, Iran says. Copy. Boom. And then Ukraine aid. Alright, yeah, I'm finna get out of here. I'm gonna tell you tomorrow I'll be up early. I'll text you. Or wake up early tomorrow.